Hi everybody, this is Zulfi Ali once again coming up with a weekly news in a nutshell. My video number 9. Today is April 3rd, 2019, Wednesday, bringing you the latest news with some inspiration and humor. So let's begin. What's happening in America? The House Judiciary Committee has approved the latest inquiry into the Robert Mueller report. They're gonna subpoena and get the full report. So Robert Mueller submitted a 400-page report to to the District Attorney William Barr, and District Attorney William Barr summarized this report in just 4 pages, and Mr. Trump summarized it in 4 words, like no collusion and complete exoneration, which is not true. According to William Barr, the exact words by Robert Mueller was that though there was no actions which shows a crime committed, but there is not complete exoneration on the Trump campaign. So that is the latest news. And also President Trump, who was going to close the border, he's agreed that he's not going to close the border right now with the southern border with Mexico, because he realized that if he closed the border completely, the trade that takes place every day with Mexico is going to be real hurt. It says like they spent around 1.2 billion worth of trade going on between Mexico and America. So you just cannot stop the border like that. So he flip-flopped on that. Last week he totally agreed that he's going to stop the border completely, but now he got some sense and he realized that he's not going to close the border completely. He might stop it to human traffic, which I think in a way is right, because you cannot stop all the trade at once. All the fruits that are coming in, all the vegetables that are coming in, that's going to go bad, and it's going to be bad for our consumers, which is the bottom line, and it's going to be bad for our economy. The other thing that he was very excited about was when Texas Supreme Court judge ruled that he's going to some of the Obama health care, the Affordable Care Act, some of the issues were illegal. Mr. Trump was very excited, and he said this is a chance that he's going to repeal the whole Obamacare. But after some thinking and some opposition from his own Republican Party, he's agreed that he's going to wait until 2020 elections, when he feels the House and the Senate is going to come back to the Republican Party, and then he's going to change the Affordable Care Act. But you have been elected to do your job now. You cannot wait until 2 years to do what you want to feel is right. You have been saying from day one of your presidency, and even before you got elected, that you want to change the Obamacare, which is a total disaster. But we have yet to see a good proposal coming out from you. The main concern for the healthcare insurance is people with existing conditions, whether they will be accepted by the healthcare. So that is the main condition that people are waiting for. So let's wait and see what happens in 2020. They might get the House and the Senate for the Republican Party, but he might not have the White House for the 2020. So try and do your job right now and get some action. Do the right thing for the American people, for the country. That's what you have been elected for. The other thing is the census that's coming up in 2020. President Trump has said that he wants to include a question in the census where he wants to ask the people whether they are US citizen. According to the Constitution, it's an illegal question that has to be put up in the census. So we're not sure what's going to happen. But the way the districts are divided, it's according to the census population of each district and the city and the county and the town. So we have to see whether this question, if they put it in, is going to really affect the census. Though there are not too many, there might be like 11 to 12 illegal immigrants who do not have the proper papers. So let's see if that question is going to put up in this 2020 census. So that's all for the latest news. Let's see what we can do to bring some inspiration in our life, get on to the right track. There are 4 things which would do excessive. It's going to make you sick. and it's going to make you depressed. So that four things are excessive talking, excessive eating, excessive sleeping, and excessive socializing. So if we do these four things in excess in our life, it's going to lead to sickness and it's going to lead to depression. So the way the life is made in such a way that everything has to be done in moderation. Even if you are the richest person on the earth, if you are given the best and best of food, can you eat all the time? There comes a time when you will say enough is enough, even if it's your favorite dish or your favorite item. Same thing like sleeping. If you are given a chance to not do anything in life, can you sleep all the time? If you sleep more than the required sleep required by the body, it's going to lead to sickness and depression. So that's what, like, we cannot do everything in excess. So try to do everything in moderation. That's how life is. Now, to bring some humor into our video, one couple, they were married for a long time. They celebrated the silver jubilee, and somebody asked them a question: what is the reason behind your good, happy married life? He said, we don't get into arguments and we are happy all the time, and we make it a point that we go out for dinner twice a week. She goes on Saturday and I go on Sunday. So in that way, there is no reason that they're going to argue. Also, one man, his wife told him that she lost the credit card, and she told him after a few days. So the man said, oh man, I got to stop this and cancel the credit card. But upon realization and looking, he found that the guy who stole the card was spending less money than what his wife was spending. So as a punishment, he told his wife that you're not going to get a new card until I find out what really happened with the credit card. But after a month, he had to cancel the card again. He reported to the authorities and canceled the card. And they asked him the question, why did you take so long to cancel the card? He said, the guy who stole the card, he was spending less money than what my wife was spending. So I let him keep it as a punishment to my wife. But now I realized maybe the guy who stole it, the card has gone to his wife. She's spending more money, and so now I have to eventually cancel the card. So that's the humor for this week. Now, last week in my video number 8, I had put in a question that what is that one thing that we do excess most in our life? I got some answers, but the real answer is thinking. By nature, by default, humans, from the time they get up to the time they go to sleep, they think. Thinking is such a vicious cycle that it keeps on going and going and going, and it's very difficult to stop thinking. Now, these thoughts is going to make us pleasant or unpleasant. That's where we have to decide what kind of thoughts we got to get into our mind, that we are always happy and we are cheerful and we have a happy life. So stop thinking. If you want to think all the good things only. By default, we always tend to think negative things and bad things. If somebody is late, we always going to think the worst. Oh, the guy must have got into an accident or something worse going on. But that's not the way it is. Always think positive, have some good thoughts, and always think good about others. That's when we have a problem in ourselves. Sometimes I feel cancer will come to people who hate others so much, who despise other people so much, that they got all this sickness in them, the disease in them, because of negative thinking. So from now on, I urge everyone to always have positive thoughts and good thinking, and always be cheerful. Something coming to my mind, I want to put up another question to you guys. Think about it, give me the answer, reply to me. What is that one organ of the body that does not get sick and does not have any disease? So until next time, see you all and take care. Bye-bye.